Venus Fridays. So first though, let's talk about Uranus is going direct today, and Mercury is conjunct right with Mars today as well. So that can feel like a lot of electrical nervous system kind of energy. Like I didn't sleep well last night, like my nervous system feels alive, over alive right now. So that might be how you're experiencing it, or different, right? Uranus is like the change planet, so it can really encourage and elicit change, which, like, of course I woke up and I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I need to change so I can like sleep better, So anyways, but as far as Venus is concerned, we have a lot of flow aspects with Venus this week, which feels really nice. So the flow aspects are like the sextiles and the trines, where the more dynamic aspects are conjunctions, squares, and oppositions. So we've got flow aspects with Venus this week. So tomorrow, Saturday, Venus will trine Saturn, and then Venus will sextile Saturn, and the moon will trine Venus, right? So first, let's just talk about the moon. So the moon moves around the entire zodiac every month, right? So it will come into all the relationships with all the planets every month. So when the moon is touching into something, it's just illuminating it. It's bringing greater highlight to it, more awareness to it. So the moon trine Venus just brings more of like a nice flowy energy to the feminine, so that tomorrow could feel a little more like that, kind of settled into things, a more of a highlighted of our divine feminine selves. But Venus is also sextile Saturn tomorrow, Saturday. So that can add an element. Like Saturn gets a really bad rap in current astrology and traditional astrology. It's like this bad planet, or like Pluto's this bad planet. Like I don't think any of the planets are bad. They're always encouraging our growth. So sextile Saturn Venus is an energy around the divine feminine, kind of getting like boots on the ground, like really being able to express that in our everyday lives, maybe in work, maybe with friends and family, maybe just out in the mountains skiing, where you just really feel present in the sensual, physical, practical aspects of the feminine, right? So tomorrow could bring a day of like really comfortable, just like being and receiving, right? But in a very practical, real world kind of a way. That's what Saturn's all about, right? So Saturn brings like a contractive energy that helps us go, okay, I'm going to make some changes here. I don't want this thing happening. I want this thing happening instead, So that could be part of the vibe tomorrow. Then Sunday, Venus is trine Jupiter. So now we go the opposite direction, right? Again, more flow. So these are all aspects that are meant to kind of help support us, feel good, as opposed to really make us uncomfortable and want to like change and fix and adjust things, right? That's more of those dynamic aspects as opposed to these flowy aspects. So Jupiter coming into that will just add an expansive energy. I like to think of Jupiter as being like adding steroid drops to whatever it's touching. So this is touching the divine feminine. So it could really feel like, oh, all right, I feel like good. I feel expansive in that feminine yin being, receiving aspects of myself. Let's see, Tuesday, then the moon will square Venus. So that's now we're into that dynamic aspect, and that could bring, again, it's a highlighting type of energy. It could bring an energy that is asking for like, how do I want to step into my feminine more, right? Are there things that I'm kind of wanting to shift or adjust to help bring that aspect out more into my life, which can be really prevalent in our lives as we're all living through and shifting and growing out of this patriarchal culture. So it's like, how can I be comfortable on Tuesday in more of my feminine expression? All right. Enjoy. Have a good week.